Stephanie Lynn Stevie Nicks was born on May 26, 1948, in Phoenix, Arizona, into a family where music was not just a background presence but a vital force that shaped her earliest memories and emotions. Her grandfather, a country singer, would sing to her as a child, and it was during these tender moments that she first recognized how music could connect hearts and create something timeless. Moving frequently because of her father's career in business meant she rarely stayed in one place for too long, but the constant change fueled her imagination and gave her a sense of independence that would later influence both her songwriting and her stage presence. By her teenage years, Stevie was already captivated by songwriting, filling journals with lyrics and melodies while also drawing inspiration from artists like Janis Joplin and Joni Mitchell, women who carved their way in a world dominated by men. Her parents nurtured her passion and gifted her her first guitar, an instrument that became not only a tool but a companion, shaping the rhythm of her early creative journey and giving her the courage to pursue music as more than just a passing dream. Journey to Fleetwood Mac Stevie's path into the heart of rock and roll truly began when she met Lindsey Buckingham in high school, a connection that blossomed both personally and musically. The two formed the band Fritz, where they opened for legends like Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, experiences that gave them their first taste of what it meant to stand before thousands and hold their attention with nothing but sound and presence. When Fritz dissolved, Stevie and Buckingham continued as a duo, releasing the album Buckingham Nicks in 1973, a project that, while not commercially successful at first, carried the raw honesty and harmony that later became their signature. That record turned out to be their passport into Fleetwood Mac when Mick Fleetwood heard their work and invited both into the group in 1975. Joining Fleetwood Mac was a turning point that transformed Stevie from a struggling dreamer into a global star. Her distinctive voice, poetic lyrics, and magnetic stage presence gave the band a new energy, and together, they forged one of the most successful eras in rock history, marked by anthems that continue to echo across generations. Breakthrough and Stardom. The arrival of Stevie Nicks into Fleetwood Mac sparked the creation of Fleetwood Mac, 1975, and later Rumors, 1977, albums that would forever alter the landscape of popular music. While Fleetwood Mac introduced the world to her unique sound through songs like Rhiannon, it was Rumors that became a cultural milestone, blending heartbreak, love, betrayal, and resilience into one of the best-selling albums of all time. Stevie's voice on tracks such as Dreams carried both fragility and strength, embodying emotions that felt deeply personal yet universally relatable. Her stage persona, flowing shawls, velvet dresses, and ethereal dance movements, added to her mystique and earned her the title of the Queen of Rock and Roll. But beyond the image, it was her storytelling that connected most with fans. She didn't just sing songs, she painted them, filling each line with experiences that made listeners feel they were walking beside her through every joy and every heartbreak. At a time when women were still fighting to be heard in rock music, Stevie Nicks made herself not just a voice within Fleetwood Mac, but a force that defined their most iconic era. Solo career and reinvention. While her legacy within Fleetwood Mac was already secure, Stevie Nicks carried an unstoppable drive to create music that spoke to her personal journey, which led her to embark on a solo career that proved equally impactful. In 1981, she released her debut solo album, Belladonna, which quickly soared to #1 on the Billboard charts. The album included timeless tracks like Edge of 17 and collaborations with Tom Petty and Don Henley, showcasing not only her versatility, but also her ability to bridge genres and collaborate seamlessly with other greats of the era. Her solo career allowed her to explore themes of independence, vulnerability, and mystical storytelling in ways that were deeply personal, giving her an identity that stood apart from the band. Over the years, she released several more solo projects, including The Wild Heart and Rock a Little, each carrying her signature blend of rock energy and poetic intimacy. What made her solo work stand out was its ability to carry the same level of authenticity and soul that fans had come to love from Fleetwood Mac, proving that Stevie's artistry was not tied to a group but rooted in her own individuality, resilience, and later years. Stevie's journey was not without challenges, but her resilience became another layer of her story that fans admired deeply. Balancing fame, demanding tours, and personal struggles tested her strength, but she continually found ways to heal through her music and her art. Unlike many of her peers, she embraced reinvention while staying true to the mystical energy that made her unique. Even into her later years, she maintained a powerful stage presence, performing with the same passion and intensity that defined her youth. When Fleetwood Mac reunited for tours in the 1990s and 2000s, Stevie's voice and aura remained the heartbeat of the group, proving that her talent transcended time. Her solo tours also drew massive audiences, showing that her connection with fans had only deepened with age. Her resilience was not only professional but personal, as she transformed challenges into creative fuel, offering fans not just entertainment, but an example of strength and survival. Legacy and enduring influence. Stevie Nicks stands as one of the most enduring figures in rock music, leaving behind a legacy that is not just measured in records sold or awards won, but in the way she inspired generations to embrace authenticity and creativity. She became the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once with Fleetwood Mac in 1998 and again as a solo artist in 2019, cementing her place in history. Her legacy is carried in every young artist who cites her as an influence, in every fan who still finds comfort in her lyrics, and in every live performance where her songs continue to weave magic into the air. She showed that being vulnerable is a form of strength, that storytelling has the power to heal, and that individuality is not something to hide but to celebrate. Whether through Fleetwood Mac or her solo work, Stevie Nicks created music that will outlive trends, standing as timeless anthems of love, loss, resilience, and hope. She remains more than an artist. She is a symbol of what it means to transform life's trials into art that endures across generations.